have to re-record my intro because I don't know where that clip went, like when I was putting my clips together. Luckily I edit as I go along, or at least put my clips together as I go along. So I'm like putting my clips together and I'm like, where the fuck is my intro? So yeah, I really don't have much to say. This is my intro for Vampathon. It is a week-long readathon that I host with Jody, Mika, Kat, and Christina. So I'll leave their channels linked down below. I believe Jody is daily vlogging. I don't know about anyone else. I was gonna daily vlog, but I'm also doing a 24-hour readathon that I'm gonna upload on Halloween. So I realized that would clash with these because I'm recording my 24-hour readathon early, so it would just clash with the weekly vlogging. But a lot of people are joining. I'm so happy. I wake up to like so many DMs of people joining. Like, I just did not think that many people would do it, and I mean, I don't mind because it's like a fun little readathon that kind of matches all of our aesthetics a little bit, and it's just really chill. You don't have to do much to it. You just gotta, you know, read the prompts. You can double up, you can do whatever. You don't even have to really get a bingo, like, if you don't want to. It's just a, you know, cute little readathon to read, and we did the exact same thing last year. It was really fun. So I think this week we might try to do some, I'm doing some reading sprints today, well, not today, but the day that I'm re-recording this clip, I'm doing some reading sprints. But that'll be for my 24-hour readathon, because everything I filmed today after 4:30 is for my readathon vlogs. I want that to be really fun. So yeah, welcome to my Vampathon vlog. I hope that you have fun. I'm not really sharing my TBR because I'm a mood reader, and half the books I want to read I'm reading for my 24-hour readathon anyway, so I guess we'll just see what I read as I go along. So Wednesday I work, Thursdays I always have off, Thursdays I always have off. Those are my filming days. And then Friday and Saturday I work, and then Sunday's Halloween. And my Halloween costume, half of it came yesterday, so now I'm waiting for one more item today. And I'm not gonna tell y'all because I'm gonna wait to the end of the vlog to tell y'all what I'm going to be. And it is really gloomy outside today, so I'm probably just gonna start some YouTube. So it's just gonna be a good, nice week, okay? Like, this is where I thrive, okay? This is where I shine. This is where I thrive. Gloomy weather, rainy weather. Ugh. I might even order some pizza. If you don't know, I love pizza. I might even order some pizza just to set the mood. Probably gonna make some tea. I'm up early. I'm gonna try to get up early all week. But yeah, that is just like my little vlogging introduction, because we can only last so long with my mom yelling in the background before I completely like lose it. So I'm reading Summer Suns, and I'm just confused. I thought I was getting into like a southern gothic, maybe like a little bit of ghost, but so far all I've got was drugs and street racing. This book is about Andrew, who had this best friend, and his best friend killed himself, and so he inherits his best friend's house, and he's living there, and his best friend's roommate is weird. He does drugs and he street races, and I'm like, I thought I was getting into a dark academia book, but there's really not been any school. Y'all cannot just be calling anything dark academia. Dark academia is school, murder, and maybe secret societies. Now the secret society thing, that is something that like you can, doesn't always have to be in a dark academia. School and murder is what is dark academia, okay? Not the feel, not the aesthetic. School and murder, okay? And sometimes secret societies, okay? Not just not just the aesthetic of it all, okay? I am so tired of people calling things, like, I don't think people know what dark academia is, and I'm so tired of people calling things dark academia when it's really just like it has like murder. You know what I'm saying? Well, I do want to like this book. Like, I want to like it so bad. I'm not hating it. Like, I've seen some 2 stars so far. I was like looking at the ratings because I have seen that everyone is rating this book like 4 or 5 stars, and I'm like, dang, I'm gonna be like, I've only seen one other person give it 3 stars. I'm like, dang, I'm about to be the only person. Then I like looked and I started giving it 2 stars. I'm like, whoa, it's not a bad book. It's just like I'm bored. The plot really hasn't kicked in yet. These bitches is talking about coke and street racing. I didn't know I was reading a fan fiction. This is reminding me just back in my Justin Bieber fan fiction days. I didn't know I was going there. Now I always did want some street racing books, like romance and stuff like that. This isn't romance, so I'm a little bit like, I guess beggars can't be choosers. But I'm just like, what's going on here? So yeah, I need to hurry up and finish this book. It's like, it's already 1. It's so crazy because it feels like my whole day has like went by, even though it hasn't. It's literally only 1, but I just feel like I'm reading this so slow, and I just want to hurry up and finish this so I can film, so that I can read. I'm just a little bit sad, confused on what's going on right now, but yeah. Okay, so I just finished Summer Suns and I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. I did like it. I just felt like what I went into wasn't what I was expecting when I went into the book. Wasn't what I got. Like I was expecting like a I don't want to say fun, but a really like gothic horror story, like a Southern gothic horror story, and what I got was like a coming of age book with horror elements. And there's nothing wrong with the coming of age story with horror elements. Like I do want more coming of age stories. It's just what I was expecting wasn't what I got. Also, someone said it was like dark academia vibes. It's not saying it like they said it was dark academia, but dark academia vibes, even that, like it's not. It's just dark. Not even dark, like they was like doing drugs and like street racing. Like I said earlier, it just reminded me of like the fan fiction I used to read. Like there's nothing wrong with it. I just feel like I couldn't take the story too seriously, because I'm like, oh, like even now, like when I meet guys and they say they're street racing, I'm like, oh, that's kind of like really childish in my mind. I think of it as like childish. So in the book I kind of just associated with the street racing with being childish. And also I feel like the book was really repetitive, and if you know me, I hate repetition and like just repetitiveness in general. So I just feel like I am gonna read I'm so out of breath. All I did was walk up and down the stairs. I didn't even run. But I don't want to touch the book because it has that like matte cover, but my fingers are like already all over it. I do love the cover, and I think that the author's next book could be really good. Like if they cut out the repetitiveness within their writing, I think it could be really good. But also I really just wish that it would be what it was marketed as. And I just feel really bad because everyone's giving this book like 4 and 5 stars, and I gave it 3, and I just feel like I wanted to love it as much as everyone else did, and I just don't. And I just feel like poo-poo. And this was like my first like Vampathon book, and it already was like a 3-star read, which there's nothing wrong with 3-star reads. Like 3 stars, it just means it's average. Like it wasn't bad, it wasn't good, but I just wanted my first read to be like a book that I loved, which is why I picked this book, and it wasn't. So I'm just very sad. But yeah, this is my first book for Vampathon. It is, I think it might be almost 3 p.m.
Doing the bathtub, bubbles and bubbly. This is a pleasure, feel like we never like this regular. Click, 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 close. Chip, 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 go. Click, 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 let's go. Kiss me and let's feel the close. And I'm gonna world like that. Face
I for sure forgot to take off my makeup. But yeah, I'm just gonna do a end of the night wrap up. So I basically read Summer of Sun. I also figured out why I didn't like it. So I mean, obviously I know it's a character driven story, but also it's compared a lot to Raven Boys, and that's when I realized, like, oh, I didn't like the Raven Boys. That is probably why. And it is, and after like I've read so many comparisons, I was like, dang, it is like the Raven Boys. And it's like super character driven. And I don't really like character driven stories. And okay, I gotta stop dwelling because it's okay that I didn't like it. I will read the author's next book. So anyways, so I did start In My Dreams I Hold a Knife, and that is pretty good so far. I'm not too far in it. And I found a dark romance book. It's like a paranormal dark romance book. That's kind of, I just made up my own genre. I don't really know if that's what it is, but it's not like the like adult paranormal books like Dead Witch Walking or the Fever series or anything like that. Like, it's literally like dark romance but paranormal. So this one, I forgot what it was called. It was called like it's called Born Sinner, and it's about this girl who basically can command people to do things. Like, this book, like, this guy was getting on her nerves. So, well, this guy was like harassing her, like, you know, and so she told him to go walk in front of this bus, and he did. So like, she can command people to do things, and I guess she's really, really dangerous. And so these guys are like looking for her, and I don't really know what happens because I'm not that far into it. But I think I'm gonna read that for the night, just because I love reading my dark romances like at night. I don't know why, but I am gonna be reading In My Dreams I Hold a Knife. I'll probably read it when I wake up in the morning, because I'm not going to start my 24-hour readathon until around 3 o'clock. I'll probably read In My Dreams I Hold a Knife like when I wake up until then, and then I'll show you guys my TBR tomorrow. I'll probably show you like what I read at the end, but obviously I'm not going to vlog much tomorrow. I really don't know how I want to do this. I've never like done like 2 reading vlogs at once. I don't know how y'all do it, but bless y'all, because I am like stressed because I want to show you guys everything in this vlog, but I'm like, oh, I want to put stuff in this vlog. Like, I have books I want to get tomorrow, but I don't want to show them in both vlogs because these vlogs are going to be uploaded one day after the other, so there's no point. But speaking of hauls, I got the 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle, and this was sent to me by a subscriber. Thank you, Islam. And thank you so much for that. I personally DM'd the person because they DM me a lot, and I always try to respond, and they're really, really sweet, and they're so helpful. Like, whenever I'm like, hey, I need a graphic designer, like, they're always like, I'm here for you. They're really sweet, and I really appreciate it. And I'm trying not to get my grubby little fingerprints all over it, because y'all know how I am with matte paperbacks. But yeah, my sister's been trying to get me to read this for a minute. So that is it for the night. I'm gonna read my little romance book, and I'll check in with you guys tomorrow while I can before I get started on my 24-hour readathon. So I woke up at 3 today. I went to bed at 5 a.m. Usually when I go to bed at 5 a.m. I wake up around 1 or 2. I guess no, my body said I'm gonna wake up at 3. I have plans to make me some tea. I knew because I was reading this book, not the book that I told y'all about last night. So last night I finished that one book, Born Sinner. I gave it 2 stars because it was just bad. It was about this girl who has special powers, like she could make people do anything against their own will, and so these people kidnapped her because she's very dangerous, and I didn't like it. It was corny, it was badly written, which is a lot coming from me because sometimes I give corny and badly written books 5 stars, but that was just too much. Like, the beginning of the book, they were trying to be so vague on what she is to the point where it got really annoying, because I could see if she knew what she was and they were all being vague on what was going on because they didn't want to say anything, but they were being vague, and they would be like, she'd be like, what's going on? And they would be like, I'll tell you in a few days. And it's like, you can't tell her right now. And I know why you can't tell her right now, because you want this book to be a mystery. Like, it was terrible. It was very, very bad. And the love interest was just not it. He fell in love with her, like, and like she was like, he like, all happened within like 4 days. Like, one day he hated her, next day he was like, you're sleeping in my bed tonight. Like, no. So then I started reading Haunting Adeline, right? This book is so good, but here's the thing. it's 600 pages. So I think I read 300 pages last night. So I decided when I woke up that I'm going to start my 24-hour readathon at 5 because tomorrow I go to work at 5:30. So I'll probably, maybe I should start at 4:30. I'll probably read the book later on tonight because I want to get my smaller books out the way. I do have some packages here that I want to open for you guys. And then that'll be it for the clips for today. And then I guess I'll vlog tomorrow after work and I'll just tell you guys like what I've read. And then I'll read a book at work tomorrow. I was gonna read The Leviathan Wakes was on my TBR for this week, but I think I'll probably read like The Last House on Neela Street or something that I can read really fast at work and like complete. So yeah, anyways, I'm just gonna show you guys the packages that I have today. So the first book I got is The Golem and the Djinn because I saw that Reagan from Peru's Project had this. She has some pretty sprayed edges, so I might spray the edges of these just because I really liked how the sprayed edges looked. But yeah, I forgot what it was about, but it's about a golem in the gym, and I think it has something to do with like they both wake up like time traveled. Yeah, they mysteriously appear in 1899 New York. Oh, Chava is a golem, a creature made of clay brought to life by a strange man who dabbles in dark Kabbalistic magic. Oh, okay, so this one's, I mean, it sounded really good, but yeah, the cover was just so beautiful to me. I really love like the end in like the gold. I love gold on book covers and I just think it's so beautiful. So I might spray the edges because I just loved how the book looked with sprayed edges. And then I already know what this book is. I've been waiting on her. Oh, it's so pretty. The next book I got is A Shadow in the Ember. It is so beautiful. I read this. I did a vlog on it earlier this month. So if you want to see, you do not have to have read From Blood and Ash to read A Shadow in the Ember. So you can go and watch my vlog. But yeah, this cover is so pretty. So I'll just get to reading. So I literally just wrapped up my 24-hour readathon, and so now I'm just going to tell you guys what I read for that. I only read 3 books, which usually for me a 24-hour readathon is not that much, but it was really chill. I didn't want to stress myself out on finishing too much. I really just wanted to have fun, and I'm making it through my TBR for the month, so I'm not really like stressed on anything. So I read the Atlas 6 and I gave this one 3.5 stars. Honestly, it should be like a 3, 2.5, but I'm being generous. If you want to hear more about that, watch my 24-hour readathon where I read this and I ran about it for like 7 minutes. And then I read My Best Friend's Exorcism, which I gave 4 stars, and I really liked it. And then I also read a romance book. It was called Hunting Adeline, and that one was 4 stars as well. So yeah, that is it for this I don't know why I'm closing it out. Yeah, my 24-hour readathon is very fun. If you're interested in knowing more in-depth thoughts about how I feel about these books, definitely go check it out. But now I feel like I can finally really get into the vlog because I feel like I wasn't really into it. But also now I can finally wrap my hair, put my scarf on, because I literally have not been like laying down all night until I finish my book. So like I'm not messing up my hair for this vlog. So besties, I have decided that I had the sudden urge to read It by Stephen King over the course of the weekend, so Friday, Saturday, Sunday, because I only have what 3 books left on my TBR: The Last House on Neela Street, In My Dreams I Hold a Knife, and If We Were Villains. And I just have a feeling I'm not gonna get to In My Dreams I Hold a Knife. Like, I'm liking it so far, but every time I like think about picking up something else, I'll just pick it up. So we'll come back to that. But I am reading a book with Katrina from Bambina Katrina, and we're buddy reading the Kingdom of the Curse. We're buddy reading Kingdom of the Curse. So if I split it up into 300 pages a day, then I could get it done by Sunday. And then I am planning on reading In Her Soul, well, no, Her Soul to Revenge Sunday, but that's a romance book, so I might read that like Sunday night. I really think I could do this and like finish it because I calculated it, and if I split it up to 385 pages, I could finish it by, I don't know how I'm gonna manage this, but now I want to read it because next month I plan to read Needful Things in 11/22/63, and they both have connections to it. Needful Things takes place, no, Insomnia, sorry, I plan to read Insomnia. Insomnia takes place in Derry, and then 11/22/63 also has it, and also Tommy Knockers also has a link, it's also linked with it too, but I don't plan on reading that next month. But yeah, I don't know, I was watching Sierra Foster and she read it over a course of 3 days, and I was like, I can do that. So now I'm gonna do that. Don't know why, but yeah, so I'll keep you guys updated and we'll just see how that goes. Ugh, I'm so mad right now because I'm sitting here eating this struggle meal. It's just mini hot dogs and barbecue sauce, and it turns out my uncle made dinner last night. My uncle has a habit of like making dinner and not telling anybody. Who does that? There's whole spaghetti and meatballs down there. I've been starving all morning. What the hell? I got a new book today, and I know what it is because I ordered it, duh. But it is Children of Dune, because if you didn't know, I'm obsessed with Dune right now. I did read the first 2 books, and now I'm on to the 3rd one, but I am so obsessed with Dune, and I think reading Dune before watching the movie really made my enjoyment of the Dune world even better. And then also on top of that, I enjoyed the book when I was reading it, like seriously, so then also me enjoying the movie also helped my experience, and also seeing things come to life. So obsessed with Dune, I'm gonna make like my own little Dune corner because I don't have enough room on my bookshelf, but it's gonna get its own special place on my bookshelf, and I just love this world. It's very gloomy outside today, so sorry for the poor lighting, but I didn't read anything at all yesterday. I tried to read If We Were Villains, I just wasn't feeling it. I tried to read My Heart Is a Chainsaw because I recently found out it's going to be a trilogy, wasn't feeling it. So I tried to read it, but then I went to go to bed early. For me, early is 4 a.m. So I went to bed at 4 a.m. and I ended up waking up at 3. And I woke up today and I was like, do I feel like reading today? I don't know. So today I'm supposed to be reading it. I was supposed to be reading The Last House on Neither Street, but I'll get to that next month. So I might read it today, I might not read it today. I really don't know what are my plans for today, but I'm still gonna be reading Kingdom of the Curse tomorrow because I'm buddy reading that with Katrina. And then I might as well read it because I want a book to finish on Halloween. But yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know that basically I have not read anything, and I go to work 30 minutes later than when I originally thought I was going to, so that's good. I get 30 minutes of relaxed time. So if I update you later, then I guess I've read something. If I don't, then I guess I didn't. So you and me both will just have to see.
No. John, no, it's not gonna work. Look, I like you, but I need something more. I need somebody who's gonna develop with me and somebody who's gonna grow with me. Goodbye.
Who can grow more than me? Talk about massive potential for growth. I am the little acorn that becomes the oak. You can't go. All the plants are gonna die.
Yeah, okay. You need to get done. Let work come over. We just need to slow the motion. Don't get out of the way to no one. Long distance, I need you. When I see potential, I just gotta see it through. If you had a twin, I would still choose you. I don't wanna rush into it if it's too soon, but I know you need to get done. If you come over, sorry if I'm way less friendly. I got niggas tryna end me off, yeah. I spilled all my emotions tonight, I'm sorry. Rolling. How many more shots until you're rolling? We just need a face to face. You could pick the time and the place. You'll spend some time away. Now you need to forward and give me all the work.
It's let me up there, work. You see me do my da. Something about that, when you walk out, when the cat from my
So I do have to put my bonnet on, so I gotta make this fast. I was watching it, but the screen went down because I've been sitting here talking about Instagram stories. But yeah, I have been reading it. I'm loving it. Like, I would have never thought that I would be technically, like, the first 500 pages I am rereading, and I would have never thought that I would ever like reread it. But I genuinely can see this as a book that I would reread, which is not a lot that I say about Stephen King. Like, so I think this might be like top 2, because Dolores Claiborne is my first, like, my most liked Stephen King book, and that's the one that like I could see myself rereading, mainly because it's short. I could literally see myself rereading it so far because I'm technically rereading it and I'm loving the experience. Like, I don't know what it was the first time I had watched it. I guess because part 2 hadn't came out yet, but I don't know what it was about the first time I read it where I just was like not feeling it. But like, and it also could be Stockholm Syndrome for me reading so many Stephen King books this month that I just got so used to his writing and his long paragraphs and the long books that, like, I don't know, I could also get bored later because I'm not that good with reading long books. So I could get bored in like 2 days from now or while I read. So who knows, but I'm having so much fun just reading the beginning and reading about them as an adult, and just reading about like them thinking about like the Losers Club. And I haven't gotten that far yet. I'm at the part where they all got that call about, I literally forget all their names. Like, why is there so many people in the Losers Club? But when they got that call and they all found out that what's his name was, you know, so I'm at that part. Oh my gosh, the part with Beverly, oh my gosh, I have so much to touch on. So I think it's so interesting that like Ben was like a chubby kid and then Stephen King decided to like make him skinny. So I also really liked like Eddie and how he basically like remarried his mom. I think that making what's his name commit suicide was really like, I kind of feel like it's kind of, I don't know, I felt like it was kind of out of character for him, but also he's so terrified that it actually makes sense. And then I liked reading about, oh my gosh, the Beverly chapters with her abusive husband made me so mad because I just feel like, I don't think that like just because you have an abusive partner that you're weak. I just feel like Beverly being with someone who was abusive was like kind of out of character for her. It's kind of like she just settled, and she just settled for this person that hits her and she like loves him. And I just thought that that was like crazy. But you know, the part where she was like, where they called and she's like, yeah, my friends are in trouble, like she started standing up for herself. It was just like so good. And then the parts with Bill when he basically is married to a Beverly lookalike, which that's how I pictured it. They said red hair and I said Beverly lookalike. Okay, I have seen the second movie, but I've only watched the second movie once because I didn't like it the first time I read it. So I think I watched that one like Halloween night or Halloween day, and maybe I'll like it the second time around and like a little bit more into the book. And what else do I like? I just can't wait to read about like the Losers Club. I just have such an emotional attachment to the Losers Club. Like, Richie is like my favorite character because he's like a comedian, and I just have like such an emotional attachment to them. And I think the first time I read the book I wasn't as emotionally attached, but like I've watched this movie so many times. Like, I think it also stems from like me not having any friends, so I want my own tight-knit friend group. And oh my gosh, in the second movie when they built that clubhouse, it's just like everything that I wanted as like a kid and everything I want now. Like a tight, well, not like them, how they like stop being friends with each other. It's like really sad, but it's just like, I don't know, I'm just so emotionally attached to like all of these characters, and reading a book really made me realize that. I'm gonna go watch the movie, maybe read a little bit, maybe not. I'm not really gonna stress myself too much about reading. And I'll catch you guys in the next Also, sorry that this clip is so dark. I literally like to keep my room dark because it just gives like the spooky aesthetic. Like I don't like a lot of light in my room. Also, I don't have a lamp, and the Christmas lights is the only thing that keeps my room lit, and I don't want to buy one. So anyways, so I forgot to mention that one thing I really love about it is dairy. And I just love, like, I don't know, I've been reading about like Castle Rock, and Castle Rock just isn't like doing it for me, you know? Like Stephen King's other, I'm trying not to like give y'all a little nip slip. But like Stephen King's other books, other towns just aren't, it's just something about dairy, and I don't know what it is. Like, it's just so aesthetically pleasing, and I think because it's like in movie form that I can see the streets and things like that. And I think like if this book had been set in Castle Rock, I would like Castle Rock, you know what I'm saying? Like I think my attachment to dairy has to do with the fact that I love it so much. But I cannot wait to read Insomnia because I know that one's set in Derry as well. And I just love like the town of Derry so much, and I would live there. I'm not gonna lie. Would I fear for my life? Yeah. Would I probably die? Of course. But would I live there? Most definitely. I love day 3 hair. Like, ugh, it's just like when my curls like grow, like I just cannot wait for my hair to like be longer, and like my curly hair to even, like I just know that when my curly hair like evens out and it gets longer, it's just gonna be such a freaking look. Okay. But anyways, I finished Kingdom of the Curse. I'm giving it 3 stars. I'm not really, oh, if you can see in the background, I'm watching Lachlan, and it's actually funny because she's watching my live stream. So she paused my live stream to talk about her book, and then I paused her video to talk about my book. So it's like I'm watching her watching me, you know. You guys definitely should check out Lachlan. I subscribe to her because she's always in my live streams, and pretty much everyone who like joins my live streams a lot frequently, like I'm literally like I talk to them all the time. And so I checked out her channel because I noticed like we like the same books, and then I checked out her channel and I noticed we like the same books for real. So now I subscribed to her, and I've just been obsessed with her videos since. And you guys definitely just go check her out, especially if you love like dark romance. You will love her channel. Back to Kingdom of the Curse. It's an ugly ass cover. Actually, I like the cover. Also, this book has art on the inside, and I did not know that because I was listening to the audiobook. So that's a thing. But yeah, well, a map on the inside. But yeah, I gave it 3 stars. I have a lot to say. Actually, I don't even know where to start. So I think that, okay, I'll just say, I think that Carrie Maniscal, like, she should stop writing historical fantasy, because I don't think she's that good at writing it, and I try not to mean that in like the meanest way ever. I just think that her writing is not very good in historical fantasy, but her romance is like amazing. And good, I won't say amazing because I do have some issues with the romance, and I'll get into that later. The romance is good, and like Raph is a really well character, but I just feel like she would be better as like a contemporary romance writer, because like this, like it's just not that good. Like literally Jocelyn, who pretty much we love the same books, couldn't even make it through this book because the writing was just so bad. And like it's definitely understandable. But I've also read Stalking Jack the Ripper, so I'm kind of used to her writing. I also listened to it on audio, made it a lot less worse than what it is. But I had to finish the rest like I had to read the rest because I don't like to listen to audiobooks when I get home from work for some reason. So I'm like reading, I'm like, ugh, this is just so bad. Really don't like, what else do I not like? There's a lot of stuff. The book moved like really slow. Like I was talking to Neek, and she was like, oh, I started the book, it didn't really get good to me until like 50% or halfway through. And I was like, yeah, I'm almost halfway through. And I just was like, I didn't care about, like, there was no plot, and then by the time the plot kicked in, I didn't care about it, and I didn't care about the characters. I don't really like Amelia. Like I think she's like really annoying, and she's like a party pooper because like everybody else is like, you know, doing this fun stuff. Like she's in hell, like she could really be having some fun, and she's just out here like being a bore. And I really just think she's really annoying. Like I think Carrie Maniscalco wanted her to be like a bad bitch character, like, oh, so bad, I'm so bad, but she's actually like not. She's not. And also this book made me realize that I don't really like that thing that a lot of enemies to lovers, like authors would do with their enemies to lovers trope, where it's like it's not a true enemies to lovers because the main character only hates the male character because she believes that he hates her. And it's like very obvious to you as the reader that he doesn't hate her, or it's very obvious like anybody with eyes that he doesn't hate her, he's actually in love with her. And it's just like, I hate that trope because that trope is also in From Blood and Ash. Like Poppy literally, it's like more so convincing yourself to hate that person, which I kind of get it because you don't want to like open your heart and become hurt, but it's like they're also convincing themselves that like he doesn't love her either. And I get it because it's like protecting your heart, but I don't like it. And another thing I don't like is this book has like houses for like the sins. So there's, you know, how every, I didn't tell y'all what the book was. This is a sequel, so if you haven't read Kingdom of the Wicked, you've never seen this before, like, yeah, this isn't spoilers or anything like that. But yeah, so there's like the 7 deadly sins. So there's like house, gluten, sloth, envy, greed, blah blah blah. And it's like, I get why they have houses, but I just think them having houses was just stupid in this book. It's like I understand it, but I think it's stupid. You get what I'm saying? I just feel like it would make more sense if this was a longer series, and by no means do I want that. By no means. Like, after the 3rd book, if I hear this book is getting more books in the series, and it at least doesn't follow like another of the Sins brothers, that's what I'm calling them. If it doesn't follow another one of the Sins brothers, and it's getting picked up for more books, I'm not reading it. I'm not. 3 books is where I draw the line. I feel like in the future I'm gonna probably have read like every Carrie Maniscalco book, and then I'm just gonna be sitting here like, ugh, the writing is just so bad. And it's like, why do you keep reading them then? Because she's so good at writing like romance dynamics. Like Wrath and Amelia are such a great dynamic, even though I was like, oh, I don't really like the whole enemies to lovers thing, but other than that, like, their one-liners, their banter, I guess I just want more from the books, but I don't think she's the author that can give that to me. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. And also, I've been reading it, and I'm about 500 pages into it, so I'm about 45%, and then I'm gonna finish the rest of my pages tonight and probably try to read a little bit over my pages so that tomorrow I am not reading the book all day, because I want to get like in my costume early, because I think we're gonna go trick-or-treating early. So I just want to like get enough read tonight, but I'm really liking it so far. And I noticed like even with Dune, like I really like Dune because I had seen the movie, and like me being able to like picture the movie characters, and because it's like almost the exact same thing, I was able to love the book even more. And I noticed that with it, like after seeing both movies, I was able to love them even more because I can like picture the characters, because I'm not that good at picturing my own people. So I was able to like picture the characters and things like that. And also, like I said, I have such an emotional attachment to the Losers Club and to Derry as a whole, and to just the story. And I think that if you really look at what Stephen King is trying to write, like this story is about like friendships and, you know, stuff like that. And Stephen King really does, like, he's really good at like, what am I looking for, like having like an overall theme in his book that's not like what you think it is. Like, okay, this book is a horror book, but it's actually about like friendship. Or like Salem's Lot is a horror book, but it's actually about like the people in the town, you know. So I'm really loving it so far, and I think it might be like it and then Dolores Claiborne, but I think that might just because I'm so emotionally attached to the characters in it. Like Richie, Kid Richie, and Adult Ben are like my favorite things ever. I'm at the part in the book where they just got called back to come to Derry, like the part where they're at the restaurant, and it's like, now that I watched like the second movie, I can like picture it all together. Also, when I watched the movie when it ended, it was a scene and it was like, oh, chapter 1. When it first came out, was that a thing? Like, was it always gonna get a chapter 2? Because the way I remember it is that it only got a chapter 2 because of the hype. Like, they weren't originally gonna make a chapter 2. Maybe that's like a Mandela effect, or maybe like I just wasn't paying any attention. I've been talking so much my screen went off. I always try to do like the pineapple. It just does not look good on me. I don't think, like, I just don't I just don't like it. Like, I literally look like a mushroom. Anyways, it's 5 a.m. I have 3 more pages left, and I'll be on chapter 14, which is 710 pages in. And man, I was really liking this book, but he is just letting the N-word fly. Like, he is just like, and it's like, at a certain point, I'm starting to feel like I really like this book. Like, I really think it could be like my favorite Stephen King book of all time. But the way that he's letting the N-word fly, it's just like, do you have something to get off your chest, sir? You know, it's like he's saying N-word this, and you know, in heart our dog, and like, it's like, my freaking God, man. We get it. We get it. He's a Negro. We get it. We get it. And it's like, I feel like a coon because I love the overall story of it. And I love the story of like the losers and every character separately. Like, I love the characters. And I'm not a character person, but I really love the characters. And I feel like every time I read the N-word, and I know this book is written by a white, and it's like, I know he's writing it from the perspective of like, oh, this person is like a villain. I get it. You don't have to remix the N-word every 5 pages. You do not have to, every time I turn the page is a new N-word. It's like, I can just underline an N-word every page, and we can just do a word search here. Like, it's just like, he's going crazy with this word. And it's like, I don't think that Stephen King is racist. I think he really gets into writing characters and like making a point to the story. You ain't gotta do all of that, man. You ain't gotta do all of that. And then the fact that it's in like every single book of his, you don't have to do it. Please. You do not have to show us that this character is a villain and it's like, I think one reason why like I do feel bad, but I don't think it will like change how I feel about the book, is because he's like this with like everyone. Like, he's not just like this with like you know, black people. Like, he has some sexist things in his book sometimes, some homophobic things. But like I said, I don't think they stem from him agreeing with those things. He genuinely tries to show that this person is a villain, and this is how he likes to write about like good versus evil a lot. But when he writes his evil, he tends to make his characters like super freaking evil, to where it like teeters like cartoonish in a way. And so I think he just be going a little too hard, and it's like, I don't know how to feel. Like, I was like, I basically, I feel guilty for liking the book, and every time I read the word, I'm like, please stop. I can't do this anymore. But I like the book, but it's like, I can't. So yeah, that's me being dramatic. This is why I try not to stay up too late, and I always do, because I get very like delusional and dramatic, and yeah. I really try to separate the artist from the art from the artist. And what does that leave me? With the N-word 18 different times on one page. So, actually getting like in the middle of like getting ready, and I got these packages, which I'm so glad. So I just want to like show you guys what I got. I hope these are all mine. I'm assuming they are. First, I have Dune. What book is this? I got Heretics of Dune, which I think is the second to last book. I got Firestarter and like a regular size paperback. I do have this in like a weird mass market paperback where it's like the same length, like cuts off, kind of like this copy of Children of Dune. And I just wanted like a regular paperback to go like I kind of have like this similar edition, Gallery Books edition of Insomnia, and I got another edition of this, so I just wanted like the paperbacks edition to kind of match. And I also got the Tommyknockers, which is the same edition as Firestarter. I got the Love Hypothesis paperback without the TikTok sticker, which I already have the Book of the Month edition, but for some reason when it comes to romances, I love having my romances in like a regular paperback just because I like to have it like all on my romance shelf. And I also got Fangs because everyone was raving about this, so I think I'm gonna read this tonight because I think this will be a good book to end off Halloween with. Speaking of reading books tonight, no, I have not finished it yet. I haven't even read like at all today. So I've just been thinking about like Halloween, like looking at everyone's costumes, and just so sad that Halloween is only like one day. Like, and then the last book I got is a Lessons of Vengeance because I saw that Reagan from Peru's Project had hauled this, and she read this. Actually, she read this in one of her reading logs, and she said that the main character was unreliable, and it's also a queer dark academia book, and I love dark academia and I love unreliable main characters, so I'm just ready to check and see if this is a Matt, because y'all know how I do with Matt, but I'm just ready to eat this book up. Okay, so like I said, I haven't read it at all today. Last night I got to page 710, so I'm probably gonna either finish this book like tonight, so it'll be in my November wrap up, because I'm just not gonna get any reading done like I'm getting ready for Halloween right now. So yeah, that next time you see me, you'll be able to see my costume. So I mean, I wonder if you guys can kind of guess what it is. It's a book and it's a horror movie, and it's one of my favorites. Either I don't talk about it a lot, it's one of my favorites, so can't wait for you guys to see that. So
trying to pull us down with such mess. Why can't they let us live just like the rest and keep us out of all this crazy madness? And when they talk, I think it's just a shame that all they do is sit and think my name.
Hi besties. So I have my Halloween costume on. I'm just like, I think I did such a good job. So if you can't tell, I'm Carrie White, my bestie, my girl. You see my everything, my inspiration in life, the most inspired. I got fake blood everywhere. But yeah, maybe I can show you guys my dress. Like, don't look at my food that's missing there. But yeah, this is the dress. It's supposed to be a cow neck, so it's supposed to like do like that. But it was so cold when I put it on. I don't know if I can step back because I have trash. But yeah, I have jeans on under this but yeah, this is the dress. Yeah, I'm just so obsessed. I've been taking pictures all day. I've been editing pictures. Like, I'm just so happy. We're gonna go trick-or-treating. We're gonna take my little cousin trick-or-treating. I don't know what he's gonna be, and then we might pick up my brother. I don't know how I'm gonna go trick-or-treating with my coat because it's not cold outside. But I'm gonna have my coat because I'm anemic. Your girl gets cold. I always have a sweater on deck. So I don't know how it's gonna work. I have to get a new coat this year anyway, so it's actually fine. But like, I don't know, it's not too much fake blood. I might put more on, and also put fake blood like throughout my hair because I wanted to have like the strawberry blonde look. And also like whenever I need to wipe my hands, I just go like this because I don't care about this wig. Because I had to revamp this wig for the costume, so it's like I don't care about this wig. So yeah, that is my costume for this year, and I actually already have my costume planned out for next year, so love that for me. And I hope you guys have a great Halloween, and then I'll see you guys in my next clip.
Gotcha. I was up late night balling, counting up hundreds by the thousand. I was up late night balling, counting up hundreds by the thousand. I was up late night balling, counting up hundreds by the thousand. I was up late night balling, counting up hundreds by the thousand. I was up late night balling, so far from my past misfortune. No sleeping, late nights, no eating, gun squeezing. I'm a real artesian remote. I was round that counter, still down. I'm a north soldier. G-slide, right down Sawyer. When we slide, you won't see morning. Another story of a young black.
Seriously, like, don't even want to take my costume off. Like, I think I'm gonna read a bit of things and just like, I'm watching Tira's vlog, as you can see from like my aesthetic clip, and we just got back from trick-or-treating. We didn't get much candy. I cosplayed as a 15-year-old today. I said if anybody asks me how old I am, I'm 15, because white people get real stingy when they find out like you're a lot older than that. And so this is all the candy I got. We only went to like 4 or 5 houses. Somebody gave us a candy bag. Anyway, yeah, that's all I got. So I have my mom take me to Target, the one I work at, and nobody I knew worked today, so I didn't try to go like see them, but we got some candy, which they didn't even have candy. So it's like, if the people who didn't have candy who was passing out candy and Target didn't have candy, who has the candy? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it was pretty fun. And my mom, she loves trick-or-treating, so like she would just drive up to a house and she would be like, trick-or-treat, and then me and Dane would get out and we would get back in and she would be like, trick-or-treat. And she just loves Halloween so much, and I just love that because I love Halloween. We definitely should have started a bit earlier. Like, we definitely should have started at like 5 or something. So if we go trick-or-treating next year, I'm gonna keep that in mind. I need to have a baby so that I can have a reason to go trick-or-treating. Like, pretending that I'm a 15-year-old is not fun. So, you know, I'm not gonna have one. I'm not responsible enough, barely can take care of myself, so that's not gonna happen. But I'm saying, so I don't want to take it off. Okay, if you don't know what Fangs is about, it is a romance between a vampire and a werewolf, and I'm already liking this so far because it's so funny. Like, there's this scene where she's like, oh, like, I'm a monster, like nobody understands me, and he's like, girl, I'm a werewolf. And like, the way that I read it like, girl, I'm a werewolf. You know what I'm saying? And I just think this book is funny so far, and I'm only like 9 pages into it, so we're loving it. Finished Fangs, and I loved it. It was so good. Like, it was so funny. It was relatable. Like, I feel like I literally lived a life of like a hybrid vampire witch. Like, I feel like if I was in the Vampire Diaries, I would be that, even though it's not really like likely, but also I'm like, I'm a special girl, so it would happen to me, you know? And this was just like, everything was so relatable. Like, he gave her a dress for her birthday and she's like, oh my gosh, another black dress, I love it. Or like, there's a scene where she's like, I'm feeling dramatic today, and she's like wearing this like really dramatic like vampire outfit. And even just her waking up and being like, I'm feeling dramatic today was just like so relatable. And I like love them as a couple, and like I want a werewolf boyfriend now. And it's just, I love this. Like, when everyone was first talking about this book, I was like, oh, like, how good could it be? Like, whatever, you know? Like, I kind of wasn't doubting everyone, but like, this is me. This is my book. Okay, I gave it 5 stars. I don't even rate graphic novels. 5 stars. 5 stars. Amazing. I loved it. I'm obsessed. This was the best book to end up Halloween with. The best. Okay, so now I'm going to take my costume off. I don't want to part from it, you know. But yeah, I don't think I'm gonna end the vlog because I'm gonna end it at like 12, because I'm still reading it, and I want to watch like my favorite movie. I want to end the night off with my favorite movie. I am watching Tira's live stream. I usually join her live streams every Sunday, so I want to finish that. But it usually goes on until 12. But I want to watch my favorite movie, so I kind of don't know which one I want to do. But I guess you'll have to see. And yeah, I already know what my costume is going to be next year. I have 3 costume ideas, so maybe next year like I can do more costumes throughout the month. And yeah, I'm gonna like shower, take this off, and then I'll be back, and hopefully I can wash it off, because as you can see, my hands are stained, and I did not think my hands would get stained because of my black ass. But No, I look like I just ate a bag of hot Cheetos. So okay, so it is now the end of Halloween, which means it is the end of the Vampathon vlog. I really loved it. Like, I had so much fun filming these vlogs. I had so much fun for Halloween, even though we didn't get that much trick-or-treating done. Like, I literally cannot wait for next year. And it's just, I think it made me so happy because Carrie's a costume that I've been wanting to do for the past like 3-4 years now, because and I couldn't because I had to work for the past 2 years. So I'm gonna try like requesting Halloween off, because I do have a good few costume ideas for next year. And I'm the kind of person who plans for Halloween like a year in advance. Like, every single Halloween I'm like, oh, this will be a good idea for next year. I do have some good ideas for next year, so definitely cannot wait. And I really hope that you guys like this video. I had so much fun, and I'll see you guys in my next video.